What is up, everyone, and welcome to today's reaction video. And today's reaction is the very special monthly request of my incredible Patreon follower, Time Lord. Time Lord, thank you so much as always for your continued support, for being a member of the herd and a member of the Patreon. Thank you for supporting me for as long as you have. It means the absolute world to me. And thank you so much for this month's request, because I've only just recently got to check out Livingston for the first time, and they were awesome. And this song here is featuring Livingston. It is by an artist I've never heard before, which is, I believe it's pronounced Witt Lowry. I am hoping I'm getting that right, Lowry being the surname, but the first name's Witt. And the song is The War I'm Scared to Face. I have no idea what to expect from this other than the fact that it apparently uses the F word twice, so there is swearing in this one, I apologize, in the video, not from me, and that I should have a box of tissues ready. So I'm guessing we're getting emotional. I'm guessing that the war that we're scared to face is an internal war. Other than that, I know nothing about this song other than Livingston does incredible vocals, and I'm sure Witt will as well. So, wow, Witt will as well. That's kind of a tongue twister there. Say that 10 times real fast. Either way, we're not going to do that. We are going to get into the reaction and check out this song. As always, please check out the original video linked in the description below. Give the original a like and a comment, and subscribe to Witt Lowry and to Livingston. Check out the original upload and support it. And we are going to get into this. This is The War I'm Scared to Face. Let's go. I've just realized what that is. I saw that pop up on the screen and was like, twist F. But it's not, like, it's not. It's The War I'm Scared to Face. Okay, makes sense.
Even if you don't, I still remember it all.
Hold on a damn second. First of all, I'm going to try and turn captions on for this, see if they have subtitles and if they're accurate. But immediately, the in his voice, I don't know what the word for the is, but the that's in there, the grunt, the growl, the distortion, whatever you call it, that's immediately there from the first note, I was not ready for. Like, from the first part of that, even, it comes in as just a growl that was stunning.
Even if you don't, I still remember it all. You were my shelter from the rain when it fall. I would call, but never came.
I'm gonna be pausing this one a lot. I can tell already. We haven't even gotten into fully the lyrics yet, but just the vocals alone, to have gone from that real strong kind of chesty growl grunt, the kind of that was in there, and then to shift up into those kind of high notes is just stunning. Stunning singing.
Would call, but never came. I'm not perfect, but I swear I've changed. I still hear your voice, it ricochets off these walls. Give me the words and I'll explain why I faltered from grace, and for all I hold the blame. Just give me one more chance, I'll fight the war I'm scared to face.
First things first, I know this letter might be long overdue. Just one.
Hang on. This is going in a very different direction than I thought it would. This is going in like a, unless I'm misunderstanding, it's going in a kind of, I've lost you, we're no longer a thing. Give me one more chance, and I'll fight the battle in the internal battle. I'll fight to fix myself. I'll make myself a better person for you. I'll fight that fight for you because you deserve that. That's what I'm taking away from it so far. Yeah, because like that line there was stunning about your. I still hear your voice that ricochets off the walls. That doesn't create an image of, like, you know, I still hear your voice whispering around here. No, your voice is ricocheting off the walls. There have been some fights. There's been some screaming in here. Brilliant writing to immediately conjure that up just by using the word ricochet in there. At least for me, that's immediately the imagery I get. But yeah, I'm guessing this has been something of a toxic relationship, something of a not healthy thing, and he's at least so far he's seeing himself as to blame. I imagine that he is. Just from the wording of this so far, whoever the partners is decide they had enough and they've left, and now he's saying, give me one more chance, I'll work on myself, I won't be this person anymore.
Words and I'll explain why I faltered from grace, and for all I hold the blame. Just give me one more chance, I'll fight the war I'm scared
First
to face.
things first, I know this letter might be long overdue. Just wanna tell you it's been hard for me to tackle the truth. And watching you become a shell of who I knew in my youth. You were the glue that kept the family from splitting in two. Hey, what you have to go through, I bet you feel so alone. You were my shelter back when everything was messy at home. When no one else was there, I knew you'd always answer your phone. Now when they ask you who I am, it hurts, you might not know. Damn. Guess I'll remember for us both. Remember when we saw those whales and you threw up on the boat. Remember spending days at Fenway, those are days I miss the most. Remember how you cracked a smile when I told you that I wrote. And then you told me you believed in me and my dream, chase it. It's back when I'd record on a USB in the basement. And now I'm here helpless and honestly fucking hated. I know you hate when I swear, but I don't know how else to say it. I remember all the stories you told me about meeting Graham.
I am pausing here because I don't know how long this verse is going to go for. It is taking all of my self-control to not go back to the start of this whole song and re-listen to the whole thing again, because I was so wrong about my understanding, my interpretation of what I thought those lyrics were. And now I'll be right back. I'm gonna get the lyrics up so I can actually have a read of them, at least like the section we've heard so far, because that rap verse that came in hit me like a truck with what the words are. I'll be right back. Yep, that's a completely different, not a completely different vibe than what I thought it was, but I was expecting romantic partners. I was expecting, a romance love. This is a family that's drifted apart. This is a mother and child or father and child that have drifted apart, either because of, like bad, from the sounds of things, from bad life choices by the son, and driven a wedge in the family. And now I'm guessing from the start of like the start of this letter saying that the rap section saying the letter's long overdue, and the line that's in the start of the song and in the rap section about that you may not remember but I still do, and then it mentions something about them becoming a shell of the person they were when in their youth. I don't know if this is like a Alzheimer's or dementia type thing that the parents going through, and the child's realizing kind of too late that they want to mend those bridges, they want to fix the relationship, they want that connection they had back when they were in their youth, back when they were a happy family and a safe place, and they want to try and fix that before it's too late. Oh, this is heavy. This is heavy in a different way than I was expecting. I don't know what I came into this expecting, and I should have thought my Patreons especially know me well enough that they should, like, I'll sit here through a breakup song and not get teary-eyed, but you put a family song in front of me and that's going to get me every damn time. So, yep, I can see why the tissues were suggested.
Chance, I'll fight the war I'm scared
First
to
things
face.
first, I know this letter might be long overdue. Just wanna tell you it's been hard for me to tackle the truth. And watching you become a shell of who I knew in my youth. You were the glue that kept the family from splitting in two. Hey, what you have to go through, I bet you feel so alone. You were my shelter back when everything was messy at home. When no one else was there, I knew you'd always answer your phone. Now when they ask you who I am, it hurts, you might not know. Damn. Guess I'll remember for us.
That line. Now, when they ask you who I am, it hurts that you might not know. Oh my god. I cannot. Yeah, I am literally getting teary right now. Just with, like, I cannot imagine what that would feel like. The idea of, like, I am, those who know the channel or those who don't, I am the biggest mama's boy. I will proudly say that. My mum, I love her so much. And the idea of her not recognizing me, her not knowing me, that's enough to immediately get the waterworks going. That line is so well written. When they ask you who I am, it hurts that you might not know. That is just it's just such a simple, quick, stab to the heart line out of nowhere that you're not expecting, and delivers on everything it needs to. Oh my god.
Phone now when they ask you who I am, it hurts you might not know. Damn. Guess I'll remember for us both. Remember when we saw those whales and you threw up on the boat. Remember spending days at Fenway, those are days I miss the most. Remember how you cracked a smile when I told you that I wrote, and then you told me you believed in me and my dream chasing. It's back when I'd record on a USB in the basement, and now I'm here helpless and honestly fucking hated. I know you hate when I swear, but I don't know how else to say it. I remember all the stories you told me about meeting Graham. I know you still remember her laugh, the touch of her hands. They try to say you can't, don't think anyone understands. She's a part of who you are, like you're a part of who I am. And damn, when Dad and Graham look down, I wonder if it makes them sad where the fam's at now. And when I stand up on stage where the music is loud and look out, I swear I see the faces out in the crowd. What hurts the most is that you're here but haven't seen you in years. But not because of lack of trying, I want that to be clear. The situation's way more complicated than it appears, and when I think about it all, it always brings me to tears. I fear as your memory fades and the dementia makes its way through every inch of your brain, you'll forget about me and all the memories made. I'm not okay. I guess what I'm trying to say is,
even if
before we go back in that chorus, I'm so curious as to what the, like, he mentions the situation, like he hasn't seen you in years because of the situation. I'm not sure what the situation there was, but I'm guessing from context here alone, Graham to me says grandma, and he said Graham and Dad are looking down on you. I'm guessing this is his grandfather, who's the only one in the family that's been there for him always. But it's so well written, this song, up until that point, because, and like that's a brilliant, like, it's a perfect thing to have in there because it's such a personal song, and you want it to be personal, you want it to be in the exact words that that Witt wants it to be in. But up until that point, it you immediately think of that one family member in your life, that person to you. And it's so well written that they leave it until pretty much like the almost coming up on the halfway point, like the 1/3 point of the song, before they actually kind of specify who it is in the family that means this to them. So it's given us, the listener, time to really attach these lyrics and empathize and put yourself in that situation with your own people and the people you care about, and just absolutely rips your heart out. I can't, like, it's just it would just be the most horrible thing to go through. And I have so much love and so much sympathy for anyone who's gone through this or is going through this, because I can't imagine how incredibly difficult it is to have moments when the person you care about most, or any of your family members for that, is, they just don't see you. That's horrible.
not okay. I guess what I'm trying to say is,
even if you don't, I still remember it all. You were my shelter from the rain when it fall. I would call, but never came. I'm not perfect, but I swear I've changed. I still hear your voice, it ricochets off these walls. Give me the words and I'll explain why I faltered from grace. And for
It's amazing now with the different context as well, that, like, I took that ricochet, your voice ricochets off this walls line, as intentional writing, because it's like, oh, I'm like screaming or yelling or fighting. That was how it originally hit my ear. Now, with the context of what's going on, ricochets just takes on a whole nother meaning, using that word and that line for what the voice is doing and what those memories in general are doing. It just gives a whole different feeling to it. It's not just, again, it's because it's written in a way where this voice is not causing me happy feelings. It's not a warm embrace I'm getting from it. It's hurting. It's a damaging thing, and it's, you know, the word ricochet just immediately gives me those vibes. And it's so well written in the fact that that is, like, as much as these memories are important, they're the thing that I have to hold on to of this person, and they're so important, it still hurts. And thinking of their voice, thinking of them, the conversations, the memories, whatever we've had, would be so painful.
The words and I'll explain why I faltered from grace, and for all I hold the blame. Just give me one more chance, I'll fight the war I'm scared to
Just
face.
know it kills me to feel like I let you down, when all I really ever wanted was to make you proud. I miss all of the stories and the wisdom that would spill out of your mouth. Now when we have a conversation, you could barely make a sound. Everything's so different now, I have this hole in my heart. When you moved and Dad passed, the whole fam fell apart. Now having neither of you here has been so terribly hard. The truth is y'all were the...
Okay. When you moved and Dad passed, things have been so hard. So maybe I'm wrong about it being the grand. I assume because it was talking about Graham first, that, and like there hasn't been a mention of a grandfather, that it must be the grandfather. But there hasn't been a mention of the mother either. So maybe I am just empathizing in exactly the right way, because is that what's happened here? The grandmother had already passed away, and now their dad passed away, and the mum moved away, and he hasn't kept up with the mum or kept in touch with the mum since that all happened, despite like it just driven this wedge in the family, losing the dad. Oh my god. Again, it doesn't even really matter, because like I said, this song is written in such a way that it makes the experience so relatable for you as you're listening to it. It makes it like he could be singing completely, very obviously about a dad or a grandfather or an uncle, or, you know, whoever it may be, and I'd still be tying it to my mum because she's that person in my life. And I imagine that everyone who's listening to this song ties it to one person in their life they can think of. And yeah, it just a beautifully, brilliantly, and amazingly written song.
You could barely make a sound. Everything's so different now, I have this hole in my heart. When you moved and Dad passed, the whole fam fell apart. Now having neither of you here has been so terribly hard. The truth is y'all were the light when my thoughts got dark. I heard you had a birthday and I missed it. I look around the room and not a single relative see on Christmas. Sometimes I feel the distance has led to us acting distant. Nothing is the same, things change in an instant. I should probably call. Always say I will, but I always drop the ball. Damn, you see the truth is I'm a coward trying to stall the inevitable fact. When they all call and there'll be nothing you were calling. I'm appalled that this is how this all played out. A beautiful mind that we just have to watch fade out. See, you're the one who taught me how to make a home out of a house, and the happiness is found when you live in the right now, not the future or past. Just want my grandfather back. Would have hung on to the moments if I knew they wouldn't.
Okay, so there it is. Just want my grandfather back. Yep. Okay. Sorry, I've been like jumping between who I thought they were singing about this whole song. So I was right initially with it being the grandfather. But that whole description there hits me in two different ways, because I am the kind of person who, whether it's because of my ADHD or who I am in general, object permanence relating to people, I am the kind of person who I have no concept of time. I will forget to answer someone's message, and 6 months will go by, and someone will be like, oh my god, I never answered them. That's why I haven't heard from them. And it will only be once something pops up in my life that I'm like, oh my god, they'd love this. And I go to send it to them. I'm like, oh, we haven't spoken in a month or two. I'm a bad person. And then you start to have this thing of, well, now I have to message them and explain why I haven't spoken to them. If they even want to speak to me and all. So I was just immediately latching onto those lines about trying to call but putting it off. from that side of things, because I have that I've had friendships end just because they've dwindled off because that's happened. I'm too awkward to, reach out in that way. But then again, neither did they, so it was probably just destined to go that way. But then to put that into more context of I'm not calling and I'm putting off calling because I'm scared of what is going to be there, how much of you is going to be there when I do make that call. I can't imagine that. This whole thing, whole song, is just pain that I could not fathom, and I really hope I never have to experience. Like, that's so selfish to say that, because people go through this all the time, but I genuinely can't imagine it, and I have so much sympathy, and I feel so much pain for all the people who go through this, because it's just the way this song is laying it out. It's never quite hit me this hard of what a horrible thing is until I've heard it laid out this way and put so beautifully and eloquently and heartbreaking.
Right now, not the future or past. Just want my grandfather back. Would've hung on to the moments if I knew they wouldn't last. Just know I'm grateful now for every single second we had. They said you'll never see a show or ever get to see me rap, and that's that. Fuck, sick of feeling stuck. Sick of feeling like everybody is giving up. Sick of always feeling like I'll never be enough. Cause I tried to wear your shoes, but I can never fill them up. I'll never know a world where I'm able to let you go, even though I know to let go of the things that I can't control. It's sad you'll never see me with a family of my own, but know that when that day comes, you'll be a hero in a home. So
even if you don't,
that line of you'll never get to see me with a family of my own, but when that happens, you'll be a hero in our home, that is a beautifully written, horrible line. Sorry. Yeah, I can think of multiple situations that are way too personal to get into on the internet, but yeah, when you lose someone, that is the one solace you can kind of take in it, that they may be gone. There's people who will come into your life that will never meet them, but those people who never get the chance to meet them will know about them. They'll know the kind of person they were because you'll tell them stories, and because you'll pass that love on. And yeah, this one is messing me up, y'all. I almost swore just then. That's how much it's messing me up. All right, let's get through the last of this song.
day comes, you'll be a hero in a home. So
even if you don't, I still remember it all. You were my shelter from the rain when it fall. I would call, but never came. I'm not perfect, but I swear I've changed. I still hear your voice, it ricochets off these walls. Give me the words and I'll explain why I faltered from grace, and for all I hold the blame.
You're running out of time. Okay.
I wish I knew the things I told you turned to things you'd forget. I wish I knew the things I told you turned to things you'd forget.
I'm guessing that this video clip is part of a larger story, because that last part was confusing. To be honest, the start part was, well, he walked into that secretary and had some weird bomb type thing, some weird thing, and then was trying to get into his locker and find the right locker, and then he got the letter saying, running out of time, where's the capsule? And then we have like a light floating in front of him, storm clouds, fire, the whole world's burning around him. I'm guessing this is like one of those situations where for the album we have multiple video clips that link storyline, maybe, even if they're not necessarily linked directly to the song. But if that's not the case, and this is meant to be like a kind of, it's meant to have its own message with the song, please let me know. because it's gone a little bit over. I guess the light could have been the spirit of the grandfather, and yeah, if there's meant to be a strong connection to the song with what's happening here, let me know, because that's the only part. But oh my god, this is one of those songs where I am so grateful to have heard it. I one a main part of my brain is immediately like, I need to send this to everyone that I know. I need to send this to everyone that I know so that they can hear it and be as moved by it as I am, because it's that kind of a song that people need to hear, that needs to be heard. And at the same time, the vocals in this, the rap in this, the lyrics, the writing were stunning. And 1% of my brain, I'm gonna give a generous 1%. I'm gonna give a generous 2% because of how fantastic everything this song is. Wants to just listen to it again and over and over and over because it's so good. And the other 98% of my brain is just rocking backwards and forwards in a corner underneath the water of a running shower, promising itself that it will never make me sit through this again, because that was too much of a stab to the heart and hit me in an emotional way that I was not expecting. But that is absolute art. That is absolutely what songs like this should do. And the fact that you can take 5 minutes and move someone to this level and take me on a journey and a kind of experience that I've sat through entire movies and haven't gotten the emotional effect on my body that this 5 minute song gave me. You know, I in 5 minutes they completely broke me to the point where I couldn't even form a sentence. This was gorgeous. This was gorgeous. It was heartbreaking. I both immediately want to listen to it again and never want to hear it again in my life, because I don't have time for the kind of therapy I'll need if I do. This was stunning. Yo, please jump in the link in the description, go to the original video and give it a like and a comment and subscribe to both Witt, Lowry and to Livingston. They are both amazing, as you heard in the song. Also, leave this video a like and a comment and subscribe to this channel. It helps out so much. I can't even begin to tell you. And if you're able to, check me out over on Patreon. Over there, I do weekly polls for the reactions I do here on the channel. I also do weekly TV show reactions, a monthly movie reaction, a monthly live stream, and at the highest tier, you can get a guaranteed reaction right here on the channel, just like Time Lord today. Check all that out over on my Patreon. I will see you all in the next reaction video. Have yourself a fantastic day, night, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time zone you're in. I'll see you next time. Bye.